something we learn, things we learn, things we wonder, we ponder about, questions answered, but left to our interpretations. And I'm not in charge of what you interpret or the opinions that you turn it to be, just as expect for me. And this is for entertainment purposes only. So let's get to it. Now, this the previous week to date, it's been craziness and on the verge of hearing the wars that are happening. It's sad about innocent lives have to be in the line of fire just because some people have their own I'll say interest in different ways, or even minerals. Mostly, let's just say it's about oil. And I believe, and also through education of geography, uh, every earth crust had minerals, right? So if you diminished your own resources, now you want to go for other people's resources. That's a story for another day. Today I'm not talking about war, but it got me wondering, pondering, thinking. Like for instance, as I was coming home uh, in a matatu, that's a means of transport that we have here in Kenya, a drunkard person entered the matatu uh, going home also. Then he was gleeful, I might say. He was happy as he can be, and he shouted out, asking who hasn't paid or has trouble paying for their fare, and he was offering to pay for it. One lady joked around and said she hasn't paid, and he said he's going to pay, and actually he did pay. And then he had to show proof uh, that he was serious about his offer, and now he became bragging, I might say, telling the people to see and observe how much money was in his phone account. And it was reading to 9.5 million. And wow, some ladies from back wanted to get closer, which is weird. But anyway, and young lads were, hi, Gamer, Astrophia Gamer, welcome. My name, Wincat. Hi, Star Clouds, welcome. So he he was like, hello, Aramugam, welcome. So he was like, I'll pay fare for you and any other person who wants to be paid for, and started bragging about he has 9.5 million. Now the bragging became weird because he started saying, I've helped, today I've decided to help people, and I'm targeting Christians. You might have imagined the bus was full, so majority of the people in Kenya are Christians. So yeah, that bombastic side eyes were risen, and people wanted to nini. Thank you for the subscription. So he said he's going to help Christians, and then he started with a rant. Oh, Muslims, we fast. Remember, he's drunk. We fast and we help the poor and the needy. Well and good. To each their own. Then he went and started like asking, for you Christians, you're saying you're fasting, and then after fasting you don't do anything, you just eat your festivity. Let's say you have a whole cow, you eat, and you don't give it to anyone. You're so selfish. He went on a rant, and everyone was like, now those who got offended, I might say I didn't get offended because uh, that's how wars started, to my knowledge. Um, when you start saying, oh, this group does this and this group doesn't do this, uh, that already puts a limit, and also judgmental from all sides. Hi, welcome. Thank you. Natural. Um, except now I have a hormones. Anyway, uh, so if you start saying, "Oh yeah, this group does this and this group doesn't do this," hi, Alexander, welcome. So he bragged about it and then now went to the offense and started talking badly about a different group. Uh, so yeah, no, I'm not saying it's mean. I'm saying according to this person who was drunk, and according to himself, he was saying he was Muslim, but he was not pinpointing church leaders who was what's it called, that, oh, he started saying that the church leaders are thieves, and then now that one really touched a nerve with some people. I was just enjoying the show. And they started having war of words between each other, and then I'm looking at the people who are arguing with this person who found them quiet, and he started talking about what he has done for the day, which was good. He's helped people. That's okay. Um, but now I remember the saying, when you argue with a fool, you become the fool yourself. So I was like, why are you, in my head? I didn't speak out. I wanted to see how it will end, if they will get to their senses. And remember, we were all tired. You just come from work or wherever thing we were doing for the day. It's just like, it was like 1 hour ago. So I'm like, oh, here in Kenya right now it's heading towards 11 p.m. So you can imagine it's at night, and it's on a Tuesday. You will not expect people like living it up, except the young people sometimes who don't care what day of the week it is. So they were arguing, oh, because he said church leaders are thieves. They're arguing, you should stop um pointing fingers and calling church leaders thieves. Do you know what sense he made that shut them down? He asked them, did I say you? Did I mention any names and said you are thieves? I said generally, but if you're seeing it, he actually talked this camp, which I found out it's manipulative wording when you talk slow to other people. Weird. So when he said that, I think even them, they noted they're arguing with somebody who's making sense than their argument. And which is also proven that most churches here in Kenya, we have more than 10,000 denominations. That doesn't make sense. More than 10,000 denominations. And one way or another, it happens because maybe a church starts, you have the lead pastor who has started the church, and then later on when the congregation grows, they have the youth pastors, and then additional pastors for supporting the main founder. Well, maybe he has gone different branches and all that, but then they have a scuffle or they have disagreements. And when most of the time it happens when they disagree, the pastor they have disagreed with, because this is not, let's say I'm the founder, you have disagreed with me, you don't want to associate with myself, you pick up with the people who see you as the better pastor, and then you start another church. And that happens a lot here in Kenya. So I hope there's a bill that I hear, I don't know if it is true, that they need to really mandate and um, check on, because and it's known worldwide that most church organizations are not taxed. So it's become a business idea for some people. Uh, oh, Astrophy. I was in the mood of talking. Sorry. I'll read the comments at the end, but I can see your comments as we continue. I'll I'll say hi. Uh, Akiel. Okay. So the guy went after telling them, did I ask questioning them, did I mention you, or did I mention your pastor, or did I even mention particular names for you to get offended? That shut them down real quickly. So there's one lady who was really, I think it's those type of ladies who are so into church. When she was alighting the bus, she was like, you need to be hit by a car to die because you're not making sense. And everyone was looking at her like, okay, now you are the crazy one now, more than the person who was talking. He was just making fun and living life and whatever. So that was my transit back home from work. Even though I was super tired, it was entertaining. I have given stories. I fell a victim of road rage, I might say, when people disagree and then one gets angry and starts throwing stones towards a moving car. So I I became my eye was hit really bad. Actually, I didn't see for like 3 days. It was that swollen, but I nursed it back. The left eye, which is coincidentally. Um, thank you for the love. So that aside, that also made me question some things that we read. Okay, I know through Quran, through the Bible, there are stories we are told, the Bible stories and Quran stories that also need to elevate our faith and also think out about life and in general. But now for me, I've that diversify because of my work. I need to. Um, it's not a sad thing. It's a fine thing that made me think outside the faith that I grew in. I was born and raised Catholic, and it was 3 generations Catholic, both sides of parents. So yeah, it was that in until when I stood up and said no, because at the moment sometimes you need to question some things, and if you don't question them and you're just a follower, that's why I question this. And I think most priests, pastors, preachers use this verse that we need to be, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall want. Yeah, we need to be sheep. Then I asked somebody, like outrightly, what are the characters of sheep here in Kenya? Sheep is not seen as that smart. It's seen as, when you like observe sheep, how they act. If one sheep crosses the road, the rest doesn't uh check like, is it safe for us? They just move, they follow. Then I was like, if you're just followers and you're not the leader, or you just followers and you don't question, what does that make you? Then I said, like, yes, Jesus or the Lord is supposed to lead you through, but people also forget we are given free will to decide, to think for ourselves, to research, do our own walk of faith, and learn how to be a person or a human with humanity, which is lacking. We don't even have leaders nowadays, which is lacking with people who are in power mostly. And I didn't abuse anyone. I just said the truth, because tell me, why would such people who say they are leaders, they're not, they say they are at war while other people are dying in other countries, while in their country there's nothing like war going through? Food for thought. Um, it's sad that you should make other people's lives miserable. Kids are not going to school, they're becoming orphans. Uh, Parents are becoming childless. Uh, Families are becoming separated and living in fear. I saw the video when the missiles were launched, and people from close countries nearby running away in fear, and also staying like life stops because you cannot even go to work or even do normal stuff because some, like we have heard of casualties dying from debris falling from the sky, and it's just sad all over. Then at the same time, well, that is going on also in Sudan. It's another case that, wow, that has been neglected, and it's sad also. Then we hear of cases, and that's where I hear of cases of loopholes where now such countries, that's when you hear people are being human trafficked. That's the routes they will choose because law abiding or common common sense or even sanity is not around to help them. So it's crazy. It is crazy. um for the, I say, selfish people who are in power, if they can just stop for a second and think, even if you're opposing other countries, think of them as humans as yourself. Just because your children are secure somewhere, things happen. And also remember, karma is a bitch. Whatever you do, it will still come back. Oh, hi, Zach. I'm talking from Kenya, generally. So even here in Kenya, we were in the news in the past 2 years for protesting against bills being passed that we are not comfortable with. Um, Things not going the way that was promised before. And yeah, and also in the internet, Kenyan people are not to me. They do have answers ready. Um, so we question on that. Then like now I was talking about the stories of the Bible and Quran and all that, and then we are told I make light of situations sometimes, but it's also to make the people who are around me to think beyond what they're just reading. Because now in the Bible, some people say the feminists are using Lilith as their leader because she left the marriage of Adam. She was the first wife of Adam, by the way, before Eve. And then um, she was made, if you go through the research about it, she was made queen of hell or something of the sort. And sometimes even you go through Greek mythology, she was the mother of the Medusa or something of the sort. So yeah, hi. Um, so I question like such things. What, because let's be honest, for you guys, men, because most history that has been written, except about a few women who was notified and accepted as authors, most of the story or history that we read today was written by men. What if Adam is the one who ate the apple and then blame it on the woman? Good question there. Because uh, think about it. Because they say man is the leader. What if he was the one who ate the apple and gave the woman? Then I question, one woman did a messed up thing, yet we say we are all different, yet we were punished on the same because of period pains are pain in the stomach. No, I'm not going through my menstruals right now. I'm just saying generally. It is a pain. Childbirth, I hear it is. I have not gone through it yet. Uh, then you have such things that pop up on our faces, and ugh, why were we punished the same, yet we are all different in our life? Okay, stop arguing in the comment section. Anyway, it was just food for thought. I hope it's something that we ponder about, we think about, it makes my mind go through thought processes. And yeah, so back to the comments. Now I can comment about the comments. From the start today, thank you for all who joined and talked. um oh, you all asked for my name. Official name is Winfred Mombi, and Mombi in my native language or Kikuyu language, and also some Bantu languages, it means creator, potter, molder. And funny enough, I went into that work of line. I'm an architect by profession. I also make music. I also write my own lyrics. I used to make bracelets and necklaces and earrings, but now my work is bombarding me a lot. I also knitting. It's coming. Yeah, but hobbies, those are my hobbies, and also like hiking and walking a lot. So yeah, hi to all who said hi. Astrophia, Star Cloud, Arum, Arumugam, Pakiam. Hi. Um, then who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Oh well, thank you for the compliment about the knowledge thing. Um, who was mean on the comment section? Okay. Thanks for the love, Arumugam. I hope I'm not messing out the pronunciation of your name. Hiram, hi. Um, Thanks for the heart, for the love, for the likes, for the subscription, and welcome to this page. Okay, Zach. Hmm. Thank you for the congratulations. Yeah, no, it's not the first time. But yeah, we are picking up the pace every week. So thank you all for those who joined. Hi, Lima. Oh, okay. And then there were others who were just going back and forth. Hey, okay. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah. Zach, who are you asking? Is it me or Astrophia Gamer? You guys are entertaining. Hi, Ezekiel, welcome. But now I'm getting to the end, but you can rewatch it on my page. Subscribe, listen to my music. I keep on saying soon I'm releasing. Yeah, I'm not going to promise, but coming soon. I've been working and working and working hard. Hope you listen and back for more. Till next time. Oh, you're from Kenya? Yes, my people. Okay, bye bye. These people will fight on the comment section.